Hello, everybody, and welcome to a special episode of Mego Museum's Mint Off Card. By special episode, I don't mean one where I'm going to cry at the end, although that could happen. It more entails our special guest this evening, and that is Mego's Hammer Dracula action figure. It's happened. Mego has the Hammer license, and that's something I'm really excited about. As a Gen X kid and a monster kid, the Hammer films hold the same importance with me as the Universal films. In fact, I got them mixed up as a kid. And the Christopher Lee Dracula is one of those things that just happens to have a special place in my heart. And as much as I think Bela Lugosi made an incredible mark on pop culture with Dracula, I just grew up with Christopher Lee being Dracula. He's scary, he's intense, he's a giant. So this is an important day for me. Mego Corporation was generous enough to send me this sample so I could review it and give you all a first look at this figure. The mantra here at Mint Off Card has always been buy what you like, and here you go. We're going to give you a full look at this figure to help you decide if it's right for you. Off the top, let's talk about the card artwork. Now, I know in my creature assessment, I went on and on about how much I like the face on the front of the character, and that is true. I do really, really like that. However, as a collector of vintage knockoff monster items, such as the Lincoln International Monsters, I can't help but feel there's a little bit of a homage here. You know, the dark woods environment and that little coffin behind Dracula. I kind of like this, but I understand the folks that would really have liked a picture of Lee as Dracula on the front. I get it. I do. But for me, just like with the Mask of Red Death Phantom, there's a little bit of a nostalgia button being pushed with me, so I would have to put myself into the category of totally biased towards this card. But I get it. The back of the card is, of course, awesome with that beautiful Lee Dracula there. This was laid out by my buddy Jason Young. The head sculpt was done by Sean Sansom, who's a friend of mine, and here's a picture of the original head sculpt because, hey, I know the guy. Sean's a huge Hammer fan, and this is no surprise that he knocked this out of the park. And the clothing was done by Rachel Baker. That should come as no surprise. Her name is on a lot of this stuff. Believe it or not, Mego is totally okay with me taking this sample off the card, even though they sent it to me by accident. I had to double check. I sent an email. It's time for the inappropriate fun music and a Dracula montage. So there he is, folks. The Christopher Lee Hammer Dracula Mego action figure that I've wanted since I was 8. What do you think? I'm very impressed with this. I do kind of like that he imposes himself over other action figures, as Christopher Lee himself was a large man. I'm excited that we're at this point with the Hammer license and Mego. For those of you not in the know, the Hammer license was kind of like a mess for a long time, similar to the 1966 Batman license, where they just couldn't get it together. And it seems like 2020 is the year where they're getting it together, and Mego has a bunch of different characters to produce, which is really exciting. I'm hoping for more, Draculas and Cushing characters, and of course Frankenstein's and the Reptile, and oh my goodness, just the mind wanders with all the things I've always wanted in the Mego format. And of course, for those of you not into the Mego format, it seems like other companies are getting involved with this, so we're going to have this like embarrassment of riches of Hammer merchandise, and we're long overdue for it. My mind races at all the characters Mego could make, and I've mentioned that. But I'd really like to hear what you guys think Mego should make for Hammer and what your number one picks would be. You can hit me up in the comments below and tell me, or jump in at our Mega Museum forums, or possibly the Facebook group we've created called MegoMania. And of course, join Mego Ambassadors, the Mego group, and tell them what Hammer characters you want. This is an exciting time if you're a 70s monster kid, and I think you probably are if you're watching this. So join me. Let's have a conversation. Thanks as always for watching. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you're new to this, I hope you'll consider hitting like and subscribe. I do this every week. On card, we'll have one more surprise reveal, and that is Ultraman next week. Of course, I'm a super huge fan of that, so stay tuned to that. Until next time, my only advice to you folks would be buy what you like and have fun. Take care.